Si j'avais à choisir une course qui m'a marquée cette année, c'est le Tour des Flandres. Le Tour des Flandres qui a été couru dans des conditions extrêmes, dantesques, avec une météo très froide, la pluie. On sait que les pavés dans ces conditions sont glissants et c'est extrêmement compliqué de gravir tous ces monts. Et ça a été le cas quand on est arrivé dans le Koppenberg où Koppenberg qui, dès que le pavé est un peu humide, est très très compliqué à franchir à vélo et seulement une toute petite, un tout petit peloton a pu s'extraire en passant en vélo, ce qui a finalement joué la course puisque les filles qui ont passé le Koppenberg en vélo sont les filles que l'on retrouve dans le final. Et ça a déjoué les tactiques des grands leaders. On attendait Lotte Kopecky à domicile pour le doubler et finalement c'est une Italienne, Elisa Longo-Borghini, qui s'impose. Et tout ça grâce à ce Koppenberg et le placement au pied de ce Koppenberg. Donc ça a été vraiment une édition où tout s'est joué dans le placement et la tactique de course et non pas tout au physique. Et c'est plutôt appréciable pour le public qui a pu bénéficier d'un suspense jusqu'au bout. Donc ouais, pour moi c'est vraiment ce Tour des Flandres 2024 qui fait foi dans mon choix des grands moments de cette saison 2024.
Elisa Longo-Borghini of Lidl Trek. Unfortunately, puncture for the Italian on a corner. She slid out and had to change bikes with 81 kilometers to go. Longo-Borghini, the winner of the Ronde van Vlaanderen in 2015, held the record as the youngest ever winner of the race. As we headed in towards the climbs, they would come in quick succession and the race would really start to come alive. The gap to the breakaway group was tumbling. Justin Herkera of AG Insurance Soudal was the last rider standing from the breakaway group. We were heading towards the iconic and punishing slopes of the Koppenberg, the 600-meter cobble climb, averaging 11.6%, maxing out at 22% and made even more treacherous by the rain. Unfortunately, the coming together of Kim Leclerc and Chloe Dygert meant many riders were off and running, including Demi Vollering and Lotte Kopecky. Select leading group at the front: Vivas, Nivea Doma, Pedersen, Longo-Borghini, Paternos, De Vos, Persico and Swinkles were opening an advantage. And Lorena Vivas, the sole representative from Team SD Works, a sprinter, would have to climb out of her skin to stay with that leading group. Kopecky and Vollering were in a group behind that also contained Fem van Empel, Shirin van Anrooy, Lea Corinne and Pfeiffer Georgie. 34 seconds to the leading group, minute and 8 to group 3. Kopecky clearly not on the mighty day that we've seen from the Belgian and the world champion in the past, was losing contact on the climb. She would, however, make it back. The leading group were looking around at each other and on to the climb. And the combo of the Oude Kreuzberg and the Houghton, Demi Vollering going on the attack. Shirin van Anrooy staying with her. She was looking to make contact with the front group. Longo-Borghini on the offensive, looking to prevent Demi Vollering from getting back in and being chased hard by Cassia Nuvia Doma. 14 seconds only and 25. Marianne Vos, the winner of the Dwars d'Or Vlaanderen in the week, behind the winner of the Tour de France Femmes in 2023, was having to dig so deep in this edition of the Tour of Flanders, a race that she finished second in last year. The big attack, though, would come from Shirin van Anrooy, who made contact with the front group and went on the attack like she'd been fired from a cannon. The young Dutch rider, 22 years old, could she make history and become the youngest rider in Tour of Flanders history to win the race? Behind her, it was one of her rivals from cyclocross, the multidiscipline star Puk Pedersen, in the light blue jersey as the best young rider in the Women's World Tour, who was chasing hard behind. On the Paterberg, behind Nuvia Doma and Longo-Borghini on the final climb of the day. The chase from the Koppenberg had taken its toll on Demi Vollering. The gap was opening. Van Anrooy would crest the summit of the final climb of the day, while behind her, her teammate in the Italian national champions jersey and Cassia Niewiadoma of Canyon SRAM had managed to dispatch the chasing group. The big question, though, would the gap be enough to take it all the way to the finish? The chase would come down for Demi Vollering and Lotte Kopecky. The front group became 3 as Cassia Niewiadoma and Lisa Longo-Borghini joined up with Shirin Van Anrooy. It was yo-yoing in terms of the time gap. There could be no messing around in the front group. They could see the line ahead of them. Shirin Van Anrooy led out. Niewiadoma sat second wheel. Could she out-sprint the Italian and take her first solo win on the road since 2019? Van Anrooy marshalling things on the front, led out the sprint for Lidl Trek. The group behind would get close, but not close enough. Niewiadoma would be the first to go, but Longo-Borghini has improved her sprint dramatically in the last few years, and she came through to take her second career Ronde van Vlaanderen victory. Fabulous second place for Cassia Niewiadoma. Van Anrooy rounds out the podium behind. Marina Vos of Visma Lease Bike came across the line just ahead of Lotte Kopecky and Puk Pedersen. Celebrations all round and deservedly so for the Lidl Trek team. What a combo Shirin Van Anrooy and Elisa Longo-Borghini are making. This sets us up beautifully for the rest of the classics to come. Your top 10 looks like this. Elisa Longo-Borghini ahead of Cassia Niewiadoma and Shirin Van Anrooy, while Vos, Kopecky, Pedersen, Persico, Vollering, Paternoster and Swinkles are your top 10. What a podium. It's a second career victory in the Tour of Flanders for Elisa Longo-Borghini. Cassia Niewiadoma must go into the rest of the classics with great confidence. Van Anrooy takes third. We now head to Paris-Roubaix.